Hello. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad. I'm filming this at almost 5 o'clock at night. I was sitting on my couch watching a little YouTube and I got a notification on my phone, or an alert on my phone, saying that we had a winter storm warning for tomorrow. And it's way too dark to record with any good light, so I apologize, but I wanted to come outside and take one last look at the grass, because it's quite possible that I won't see the grass again until April, some 5 months from now, or maybe even May, because in April it still can be snowy. We've had snow as late as April 15th. We've had a foot of snow as late as April 1st. And I know that where you live, you probably don't measure snow or anything in feet or inches, but here in the US, we have to be different. So they're predicting we are going to get 6 to 14 inches of snow tomorrow. And when I say they, we often use that term, just they say we're going to get snow. And when we say that, we are talking about meteorologists. It's a very big word in English, meteorologists. Or sometimes you'll hear weatherman, but in 2020, we often don't say a job with a gender. So you might hear weather person, or simply they. They say that we are going to get 6 to 14 inches of snow tomorrow. We have a winter storm warning. And I wanted to come out one last time because I don't like winter very much. And in this video, what I want to do is teach you some terms in English that we use with winter that actually aren't so nice, that there are real problems people have where I live, or if you live in a snowy climate where you see snow up to 6 months out of the year. We have some terms in English that we use to describe when people feel depressed. So in this video, I'm going to go over terms like seasonal depression, cooped up, stir crazy, cabin fever, and a few others to try to show you exactly why I don't like winter. And I see in the comments often that people wish they had snow, and I admit, you know, the first storm is kind of fun. It might be a little bit fun tomorrow when we're getting the snow, but by January, a month from now, or 6 weeks from now, or 2 months from now, I will probably be pretty sick of the snow and the cold, and I'll want to get outside and see some sun and see some green on the grass and on the trees. All right, I got to use a little bit of light, but we can almost see the grass, and that might be the last time we see it for quite a few months. So I don't know what the world is going to look like tomorrow when I wake up, but at least we got a little bit of the green grass before it gets covered up in snow. Maybe I should do a proper intro to this video. Hello, and welcome back to another video. This is American English with this guy. I'm this guy. My name is Brent. The goal of this channel is to help you improve your English, and the goal of this video is to help you understand some words we use when talking about winter that aren't so fun. I do like Christmas decorations, and that's part of winter. Right, it is the next morning. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, it's locked. There. All right, so no snow yet. I get to enjoy the green grass a little bit longer. But one thing that's happening right now, and they said this might happen. Remember, the meteorologists, the people who tell us our weather, they said that it might rain first, which is a problem because the temperature is going to get colder. it's going to get down below freezing, and that will leave us a nice sheet of ice under the snow. So the rain will come down first, it will freeze and leave a sheet of ice. And we often use that term sheet when we're describing ice. It might be at a hockey rink and the hockey players are playing on a sheet of ice, or it could be on my driveway, or it could be on the road. There's a nice sheet of ice. And that's what makes English pretty difficult, is because we use sheet a couple different ways. You can put a sheet down on your bed, and that's a nice cotton, soft piece of fabric. It's a bed sheet. Or you might hear the rain is actually coming down in sheets. That would be when it's really raining hard. It's coming down in sheets. Be careful. When you say sheets, you want to make that E long. Stretch it out. If you shorten it, it becomes an I, and you could get in trouble. Instead of saying sheet, you might say something else. The same goes for beach, by the way. I won't be going to the beach this winter, unfortunately. So when you say beach, that nice sandy thing next to the ocean, make sure you stretch your E out. Because if you shorten that E and it becomes an I, beach becomes something very different. My front yard, still no snow, a little bit of rain. I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as possible before the snow comes. Since the weather conditions aren't so bad, I want to take you to the supermarket so we can take a look at the milk, bread, and eggs section. Those often get wiped out before a big snowstorm. All right, I'm at a red light. Wiped out. It might, actually the light's now green, but I might be able to talk and drive at the same time. Wiped out is a phrasal verb you might not be familiar with, and we use it a couple different ways, but for this video, when I say wiped out, it means that there is no more milk, there are no more eggs, there's no more bread, because people have grabbed it. They think they might be stuck inside their houses for a couple days, so most of those basic supplies will get wiped out. There won't be a whole lot left. Sometimes you can use wiped out for when you fall, like when the ice starts forming. Luckily it's still above freezing. I hope that I don't wipe out on the ice, but that's another way to say that you're falling. Maybe I shouldn't be vlogging and driving at the same time, but I know those roads like the back of my hand. And when you know something really well, you can say, I know it like the back of my hand. So those roads, I've been driving those roads for probably more than 20 years. So I know them pretty well, and there wasn't a whole lot of traffic. I'll try not to make it too obvious that I'm filming, because I don't want to get kicked out like I did the last time at a different store. This is not the same store, so. All right, definitely not as wiped out as I thought it would be. So let's get home before the roads start getting bad. All right, that noise you hear maybe is my neighbor. He has started his snowblower to make sure it's working, because he will need it. And you can see the snow is starting to stick on my driveway, and it is starting to stick on the grass. That's what, when we say when the snow is starting to stay on the ground, we say that it is sticking. And it is sticking on my back deck. Hey, what's going on? So It's like 5 o'clock at night. The wind is really blowing. My son and I are out ready to shovel because we're supposed to get quite a bit of snow, and we're gonna shovel half right now, and then more snow will fall, and then we'll shovel the other half. But I'll show you what we have right now, along with a pretty good wind. That is called a scraper track. A scraper track. I don't know if you can see that, but the wind is really whipping. The wind is really blowing. You can't see me at all, but another way to say blowing a lot is whipping. And that scraper track is from where the plow has plowed our road, and then it pushes it all towards the end of our driveway. So not very fun. We got a lot of shoveling to do. Just another reason why I hate winter. Can you see me? Probably not. You probably can't see anything, but I'm actually outside. You might be able to hear the wind blowing, but we lost power. My son and I were able to finish the driveway, round one, just like in a boxing match. They are separated by rounds. Usually a boxing match has 12 rounds. Well, my son and I, we finished round one of shoveling, but we'll probably have to come back out in the morning and do round two. So hopefully we don't have an entire night without power. So it's the next morning, it's Sunday morning, and we got power back on at about 3 a.m. So I think we lost it at about 5 a.m. We got it back at 3 a.m. So I didn't get a great night of sleep. But when I woke up, I had a surprise because my brother had plowed the scraper track, which is the deepest part of the snow at the end of the driveway. There it is. You can tell he plowed because of those big piles of snow right there. And then my neighbor, Ron, great guy, he lives right over there in that house behind me. He came with his snowblower. So I actually didn't have to shovel the driveway at all. So you can tell that he snowblowed because there are little tire tracks in the driveway. I just have to shovel this little walkway to my front door. But you can see the wind was howling last night, and there is ice on the side of my house where the snow blew. There is a lot of ice in the parking lot at my school. There was so much wind during the storm that the snow stuck to the sides of the building. It is pretty though. Here's my driveway now, and this is the ice that is forming, the nice sheet of ice. Very slippery if you walk on it. Before we go on any further, I would love to give a shout out to a few people who gave me super chats on my latest live stream, and I was able to buy this camera here, so I'll never be in the dark again like I was when we lost power. So thank you so much to Frederica, Amina, Sita, Anja, Elena, and Borka. Thank you to all the channel members. Some of those people are channel members as well. So thank you so much for helping me try to make this channel a little bit better. And as much as I say I hate winter and I hate snow, and I do realize that I am very lucky. I always get to go home where it's warm and cozy, and there are a lot of people around the world who don't get to do that. So often when I say I hate winter, it's tongue in cheek. And when we say tongue-in-cheek, I may not be smiling, but I am joking. For the most part, I don't like being cold outside, but it's better than being homeless and cold, so I am thankful for what I have. I do want to talk about the phrasal verb cooped up. I think this comes from where chickens are kept. They are kept in coops, and they can often be tight spaces, or cramped, or crowded. When we say something is crowded, it means there are a lot of people there. There is a crowd. You can use crowd as a noun, meaning a lot of people, or you can use it as an adjective when you say crowded. A lot of the stores during the holidays are crowded because so many people are buying gifts for their friends and loved ones. But when we talk about feeling cooped up, it means we have been inside for too long. During quarantine or lockdown, if your country went into one of those, you might have felt cooped up. Being inside so long, it felt like the walls were closing in on you. That's the way it feels like to many people where I live in the months of February and March because we have been inside for so long. I'm sure if somebody had to stay in the hospital for a week or maybe more, they could describe themselves as feeling cooped up. And the last three terms all pretty much mean the same thing: cabin fever, seasonal depression, and stir crazy. These are three things that might happen to us while we are feeling cooped up. We get that feeling where we need to get outside, or maybe we are actually feeling depressed when those days are really short and the temperatures are really cold and we can't go outside. I hope this lesson has helped you. If you are looking for more English, right up there is a video YouTube thinks you might like. And below that is the latest video I've made. Thank you so much. See you next time.